Okay, so I've sewn the parts together. Okay, and I went ahead and clipped the corners and the little V-seams, whatever, and now comes the quote-unquote fun part, turning it inside out. Wish me luck. Okay, just wanted to take a quick minute to show you how I turn these inside out, a little bit anyway. I reach through with these lovely little curved clamps, medical clamps, and pull the end through the hole, and then wrestle with it and wrestle with it and wrestle with it until it's completely turned inside out. One moment. Okay, getting there. Little by little. Getting closer. Almost there. Whew. And it's birthed. Alright, now to reach in and poke out the corners and get everything all nice and straight. Okay, so my hands are killing me, but I did get it all clipped. This is where the opening was, so I need to make sure I sew that real well. And then I clipped all of these, and now to sew it. Here we go. Okay, so I am basically just sewing really close to the edge there, following the little notch in my zipper foot. Some people, and usually on other projects anyway, when I want to be close to the edge, I will just put this normal and then switch this to the far right, so the needle goes all the way to the right there, but I want better control over where that needle's going today, so I'm just going to keep it in the middle and guide it myself. Okay, so there it is, and I could just leave it like that and iron it, but I have found lately that I really prefer the sides down, so I'm going to go ahead and tack those down real quick. Okay, so basically when I'm tacking them down, I make sure that the stitching lines up. See this? That stitching goes all the way to the tip. So make sure that lines up with this stitching, and then I make sure that the tip of it lines up with the edge of my presser foot. And then I just sew back and forth and back and forth. Okay, flap number 3. And again, it's all lined up. You do also want to make sure that this part is not under the presser foot because you don't want to sew this this cup shut. Yeah. Now again, normally I would have taken this machine out of the table and removed this part so that I could put the cup over the arm and sew it that way, which would be a whole lot easier, but I'm sewing flat today, so we'll just maneuver a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, and we're done. So we've got that tacked down, and you know, we'll be able to stick the it's moving. Be able to stick the spoon in there. Or hey, apparently if you're using it to hold your soup, you can hold your chopsticks too. Check it out. Okay, anyway, there it is. Stephanie, I hope that helps. Yeah, I'm sure you only really needed the measurements for the little triangle thing, but there you go. Have a great day. Thanks you guys for stopping by. Oh my goodness. Color me saddened. Deeply saddened. Well, not really deeply saddened, but, you know, disappointed in myself. I had started that video, golly, and done half of it. And then my phone died in the middle. So I went and charged it. And when I came back, I, as you can see, just started from where I had left off and assumed that the first half had gotten saved. It had not. It's not in my phone. So let's just do a recap. of what was in the first half, I guess, because that's really the important part. Is I think you just needed the measurement for the triangle notches. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so let's pretend, let's pretend that this is a 10 by 10 square, right, that I've folded in half. Okay, so the 10 by 10 square has the exterior fabric and the batting, okay, and what you've done is you've layered them together. The batting goes on the wrong side of the exterior fabric, okay, and you've sewn a line all the way. You just stitched it, boom, like that, corner to corner, okay, on one side. And then you turn it and you've stitched this one as well, corner to corner. So basically you have a 10 by 10 fabric with the batting on the wrong side, okay, with a big X across it. All right, now you set that aside, and then you've taken the other exterior, or I guess you could call it the lining, I suppose, and that one is just fabric. Okay, I mean, you could put more batting on the other side, but I find it's awfully too thick, so I prefer it with just the one layer of batting. And yeah, and you sew a big X on that one as well, corner to corner. Okay, so a big X. All right, now you take, this is going to be the same procedure for both 10 by 10 squares. You're going to fold them in half, okay, in right sides together. Okay, so this is the exterior, okay, wrong side of the fabric is pointing out. All right, you're going to fold them together into a rectangle like this, just flat to flat, and then you're going to take this little triangle. Ooh, where is it? Okay, and this one is marked, the long side goes on the fold and the short side goes on the edge. And this one, the long side, is 2 3/4 inches long, and then the edge side is 2 1/4 inch. Okay, so 2 3/4 on the long and 2 1/4 on the edge. And you're going to put this just like that. Okay, now when you fold your fabric, you're in half. Okay, remember, it's folded so that right sides are together, and you're writing on the wrong side of the fabric, or you're writing, if it's the one that has the batting sewn to it, you're writing on the batting. Okay, and you'll see your stitch line down there. Okay, so for this, you're just going to put it like that. You're going to trace the edge, okay, to draw a line there. Take this off, and then you're going to sew along that line that you've drawn, okay, to make a triangle here. And then you're just going to cut off that triangle, leaving a little bit of a seam allowance, okay? And then you'll do the other side. Flip this, so again, it's the long edge onto the fold and the short edge onto the edge. Trace that, sew along that line, and cut off that triangle piece with leaving a little bit of a seam allowance, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to do that on both 10 by 10 squares, right? And then you're going to open them up this way. It's kind of hard to show it, but yeah, it was better in the video. That disappeared. Anyway, Pia, you'll basically just do like that. Okay, and you will have this part sticking up in the middle because you've sewn that part, right? That's where your triangle is. So you're just going to fold it as you can, okay, so that you can get this kind of an edge on it again. You'll see again that you've got your stitch line going down there from that corner, okay, and you'll be able to make sure everything is nice and straight. If you need to, I like to stick a chopstick inside and just kind of run it along the edge and make sure that that fabric, you know, just bring it down inside that way and run it along the edge. Make sure that fabric is nice and straight and taut, okay? And then you'll take this again, the long edge, long side goes on the fold, short side goes along the edge, draw your line, sew the line, cut the triangle off with a little seam allowance, and the same thing with this side, okay? Long long side to the fold, short side to the edge, draw the line, stitch the line, trim this off with a little bit of a seam allowance, okay? And you'll do that so that when you're done, it will actually look like this already, but with the flaps up, you know? Okay, and then what you'll do, all right, is you're gonna turn your, turn one of these, either the lining or the exterior, right side out, okay? And then nest them inside each other so that they're right sides together, all right? So you've got the wrong side on the outside here and the wrong side showing on the inside here. So they are right sides together, okay? And then you're gonna go ahead and take that to your sewing machine and just stitch it together along all these edges, and make sure you leave a gap. I usually go like from here to about here. Leave an opening so that you'll be able to reach in and turn that right side out. Okay, and then the rest of the video picks up after that. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for putting up with my craziness this morning. And Stephanie, again, I hope that helps. I'm sure again that you just came for the measurements, but you know, I don't know how to do anything part way. So have a great day, all of you, and yeah, thanks again for stopping by.